Hey you guys, so I'm on to another page kit. I only have a few more to go to finish out my 2010 cruise. So these are the papers that I pulled. They are from one kit. It was a My Mind's Eye Hello World travel related kit. These are the photos that I have. And one of the reasons I picked this paper, not only because it was travel themed, these photos are all in Costa Maya, Mexico, is my daughter was having a snack and holding this perfectly matching green napkin. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for my page. This is the only 12 by 12 I have. By the way, if this is your first time hanging out in my space to craft, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm really enjoying this series that I'm doing on the cruise because I put together paper kits, and so things are going a lot faster for me. So I do already have one page on Costa Maya, or one double page actually on Costa Maya. So I'm going to put all three of these pictures on a single page. I think what I want to do is something like this. Oh, no, I'm going to switch these two. I will trim this a little bit so that I don't go all the way across. And I'll probably trim this one equal amount so they're the same size photos. So that will go across there, and that way the dancers are looking this way toward the page and the other photo, and my daughter is looking into the page instead of off the page. Since then, I've gone into my scraps and I pulled this pretty red. I think what I'm going to do is do a block for this rather than matting them individually. I will do a block of this grid paper. In case you can't see it very well. So I'll do a block of this grid paper and probably another block and use it as a mat for this picture. I may have a little bit of this. I'm going to fussy cut some flowers off of this that I can use, and some of them I'll tuck in and some of them I won't, but will be whole. I may have a little bit of that left. It does have a little bit of paper on the back side, so maybe I'll use that if it doesn't make it too busy. See, it's kind of the wrong size. I'll be trimming this picture too because I don't know that lady. So I might get that. We'll see what I do with the rest of this paper. And then I'm going to do a strip across the middle using this geotag paper, which I really like. I just need to decide how I want that cut. If I want it cut just straight in a strip or kind of a wavy strip. Things are pretty geometric, so I might use one of my Kiwi Lane templates and get something a little bit wavy on there to go across the middle, just so it's not too blocky and square. And then I have this paper that I pulled. It's coordinating tone, so I will probably double mat this picture. And then I'll have this for whatever else I decide. So I'm going to, oh, and here's my title. Gotta love this. So I'm going to put that on there. I also found a few extra stickers. Both of these are Vicki Boutin. This one is The World is Full of Beautiful Things. I love that sentiment. Just a little, since I'm pulling out this navy blue, I found this little navy blue sticker. I have these hearts and from Print Shop, Vicki Boutin Print Shop, puffy stickers. And there's some hearts on there that match and some gold buttons. And then I also have this little scrap of paper with some more of the hearts on it, some of which will match. So I will fussy cut some of these little paper hearts out too. And then I also had a little bit of ephemera left from this paper kit, actually, with a big geotag. You are here, this arrow, and then I found a compass somewhere. I'm not sure where. I may trim a little closer here because it's a white background, and then I'm gonna ink everything in a brown, maybe a walnut stain or something like that, just so it looks a little aged because there's so much sand and thatch and stuff like that on here. So that's my plan. I'm going to leave the video on while I do this because I don't think it'll take too terribly long, and I'm just going to speed it up. Okay, you guys, I have voiced over the rest of this video, and it's sped up at 3.5 times speed until the very end when we do the close-ups. Actually, I usually talk all the way through my videos, and for this one I decided I'd try the full voiceover and see how you guys like it. So please comment below if you'd rather see just sped up layout pages with all voiceover, or if you like having some of it in real time. So here I'm just matting the photos. I did trim them down to about 4 by 5 inches each, and that way they'll fit on the page with the mat and provide a little bit of space. I decided to use the vintage photo, I believe it is the color that I'm using. One of my distress oxides, and I did do the 12 by 12 paper also. So this page came together relatively quickly, at least for me. I'm not the fastest scrapbooker on the planet. I used to love My Mind's Eye. I was so sad that they stopped making scrapbooking paper. I used to buy not whole kits and stuff, but when I went to scrapbooking expos and stuff, I always ended up buying and being attracted to the My Mind's Eye papers. So it made me sad. I bought a couple of collections when they were on sale there, I guess, a year and a half ago, which I haven't used yet. I'm excited to use them. So here I'm getting, I've got everything matted, and now I'm going to spend a little bit of time trying to pick a border to use for that center strip. I don't have all of the Kiwi Lane border templates. I think I have Happy Trails, Frills, and Madison Avenue, maybe. There are a couple more that I would like to get. This one's kind of fun. I think it's Happy Trails. So they're pretty easy to use. You put them on the back side of the paper that you want to cut and just trace with a pencil and then fussy cut them out. And they're pretty handy. They layer really nicely, different ones. And so they just are an easy way to get some interest on your layout. In addition to borders, they make brackets, which I've done some interesting stuff with, and different shapes that you can cut. They also make some card kits, things that are sized well for cards. So here you can see this is not hard, not too complicated. So I felt like I am going to ink it, of course, but then I felt like it just wasn't standing out enough. It's too similar. The scales are kind of similar to that back paper, but that's what I had. So I decided I needed to add a little contrast to make it stand out more. But the issue is I didn't have a 12-inch piece of this paper. I just had 2 smaller pieces. So I will get a little creative. And just cut the 2 smaller pieces with the template. And I'll show you what so I made it a little off, it's a little offset, so I didn't want it like an exact border, so I like when they're a little offset, especially for something that's as, I'll call it warbly as this template. And so to make it look like I had a 12-inch piece of paper, I'm going to tuck the photo behind, in front of the orangey red and behind the geo tags. So nobody will know that that's not a full-length piece of paper. So I'll just tuck that in, and it will look, I have to do a little fussing around with it. I do kind of wish that I had something of that I had enough of that paper to add maybe a strip of it at the bottom of the page as well, but I didn't, so it's good enough. Done is better than perfect. And I am getting pages done, and I'm very happy about it. I don't know if you haven't watched the intro, I talk about why I'm starting this channel. And y'all, this is 2010. That's how far behind I am. So I'm happy to be getting pages done, but I have a long way to go. I think next month my challenge is going to be to pick out some sketches and work from sketches. So maybe each month I'll give myself a different challenge. And I may also try and work through some of the page kits, like the Mercy Tiara kit and things like that I have. So maybe focus on those. All right, so here I'm starting. I went off, the break there was because I was fussy cutting several of the flowers and a lot of tiny bits, and then some of the bigger flowers as well, and the hearts. So I fussy cut them and inked them all. And I just set them on that piece of paper so I could look at them. And here I am trying to position them and figure out what I want where. And then I realize I shouldn't be doing the tiny pieces yet. Let's get the rest of the bigger items. This ends up not going on the page. I've tried to put it on 2 pages now, and I've decided against it on 2 different pages. I'm not sure what's up with it. I really like it. It's like a safety pin with a little flag hanging down, a little banner hanging down from it. So here I'm tucking that in. A few of these things do move when I glue them down. I make a few minor adjustments, So that bottom cluster is coming together. Try and make sure I've got a couple of florals in each, like one of the reddy orange. It's a reddish orange color floral in each. Here I'm using my, this is my travel album of ephemera. So if you haven't seen it, go watch the Sorting My Ephemera video. Part 2 will be coming up as soon as I figure out and buy some dividers and finish organizing. So I found this little passport in there that I thought was the right navy blue to pull out, just so there's a little more navy blue other than just the title. And then there's, I think that's a navy blue, a geotag. So I like that. All right, so I thought it was finished, and then I realized that I hadn't done the little puffy hearts. And I'm using them like enamel dots, essentially. So sprinkling those around. I always seem to spend more time on this final stage than you would think. It's not just, you know, I hem and haw a little bit over which ones to use or which color enamel dots to use and things like that. Now I did try and ink some of these because they're a white background and there's so much cream on this page. And I realized that I need to add a string to this tag, which is made out of the same grid paper. So I had a piece of twine sitting on my desk that I've used on a couple of different layouts. It's just something that came in a class or something, so it didn't have a place to live in my scrap room, so I'm trying to use it up and get it off my desk. Just put a little weight on that to hold it down. And here we go with the slowed down close-ups. So gotta love getting pages made. Thanks, you guys. Please like and subscribe and come back for more.